All right, what's up, guys? Dr. Dan, and we got Big Tom over here today. Tom's getting an adjustment. Been adjusted before, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. A bunch of times. A couple times.
Yeah, I would say over 10.
Over 10 times. Tom is a college student, right?
Yep.
Going for, look straight for me, going for what?
Physical therapist assistant.
PTA. And full schedule right now?
Yep, full-time student.
Full-time student. Tom trains a bunch. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your weightlifting or how you work out every day or 5 days a week?
It's normally about 6 days a week for about an hour and a half with weight training, and then about 3 times a week with 20 to 30 minutes of cardio. And then light stretching throughout the week as well.
And what are your fitness goals?
Eventually I would like to be a bodybuilder. My goal is to compete by the end of next year or the end of this year. Training goes really well. And hopefully make it onto an Olympia stage by the time I'm in my late 20s.
All right. Gotta set goals, right?
Yes, sir.
What's your mindset before you go to the gym and when you're at the gym? What do you like to think about?
Before I go, honestly, I'm really excited before I go because it's just a way to either get ready for the day or kind of release everything that happened during the day.
Stress.
And then whenever I'm in there, just get to work, plain and simple.
Get to work, right? And you just focus.
Yep.
So, fitness is number one, it's dedication.
Yep, consistency.
Consistency. And we see a lot of clients as, everybody's different, but some of our clients come in and they work out 4, 5, 6, 7 days a week. Some people do 2 days because they just need it. It burns their stress. It burns calories. It improves their metabolism. What do you feel like after the gym?
$1 million.
$1 million. What happens if you miss a day?
Not feeling good, feeling a little off, just mood isn't quite the same.
Kind of fatigued?
Yeah.
Come in and grab a meeting. Sorry. I'm sorry. Later, I'll see you later. Yeah, so fitness is part of your daily life, right?
Yep. 1 rest day a week, and on that day it's just necessary. I wish I could go in, but needed so the body can recover.
But you still do a little stretching at home?
Yeah, I still stay active, just no weight training or anything.
That day off is where you try to spend an hour or 30 minutes down in the rocker position, just on the floor. Right?
Yeah.
Over the rocker.
When I was a kid, I actually did used to sit like that, so it's kind of not as natural as it used to be, but my body is more adjusted to it than I thought it would be.
But that's perfect to do on a day off from heavy weights. Anything else that you're doing, just like a little bit of mobility work at home. All right, so lots of our clients and just people throughout the world, there's 2 kinds of people. The people that need exercise, they've trained their body to require it. It requires exercise. And if you don't do the exercise, you kind of feel maybe a little sad, maybe a little fatigued, maybe a little depressed. Your body just, I don't know, it gets tired, right?
Yeah, just feel lazy and then feel down.
And after you exercise, you feel like $1 million. Now, exercise for everybody, it doesn't have to be an hour and a half, 4 or 5 or 6 days a week. It can be something as simple as, 10 or 20 minutes, 2 to 3 days a week is a good starting program. So many people with virtual work and virtual school are sitting for 6 or 8 or 10 hours a day. Look down for me. Look up. Look down. And they're walking to their kitchen and they're walking home. Look down for me. Look up. Look down. 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 And we've got to just coach them to just do 10 or 20 minutes a couple days a week. Awesome. Stay right there. And now what we're going to work, guys, is this right upper shoulder. Look down for me. Hold it. Look up. Straight up. Straight up towards the ceiling. Straight down towards the ground. Straight up. Straight down. Try to relax the shoulder. Straight down. Straight up. 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 Straight down. Good, relax for me. All right, now what we're feeling, as you guys see in some of the other videos, we feel the glenohumeral junction, the joint, the AC joint. And Tom, at some point, we know he said he's got a little more right shoulder pain. We're feeling the acromioclavicular joint right here where the clavicle meets the acromion process of the scapula. You see how that guy feels? Mm-hmm. And then this guy over here, he's just a little more. Feel that bump right there? Yeah. So left side's good. Is it tender on the right or not really?
Slightly, not too bad.
A little more on the right than the left though?
Yeah. Exercises on the right side are always a little bit uneven for me.
Feel all right there. Mm-hmm. So he does have just a little fibrosis around the AC joint, the acromioclavicular joint. And then we also just feel his left shoulder can just move posteriorly or backwards a little easier than his right side. You feel how that right side's a little stiff, and this guy, he pumps a little bit in there. So we're going to see after adjustment, he's going to feel after adjustment, the shoulders are just going to move a little easier, okay? All right, let's go face down on the table. So, when we're face down, we commonly will come down here and we'll just kind of like observe his feet. And we see his left versus right heel position, okay? And his right foot's definitely higher than his left foot, right? So this is where if your chiropractor or physical therapist says you have a leg length discrepancy, when we look in a prone position right here, we can easily see how his right foot is a little higher than his left foot, okay? And that there's a number of different myofascial causes and skeletal causes to this. Up in the low back, up in the hip. Let's see what his flexibility feels like in the right side. And we're maybe about 4 or 5 inches away. When I do this anterior chain stretch, this is something that really helps GOTA-fy us. Watch some of the videos on GOTA and go follow the GOTA movement systems, which is kind of like our predominant training system over in our facility now. But we want to work on front chain extensibility or flexibility. And so as you've seen in some of the other videos, we really work on this plantar flexion for the toes. We get the stretch down the top of the outside of the foot, the outside of the ankle, down into the knee. And we see how that side looks. And left side's just a little easier. See how close that side gets right there? Does this side feel tighter or looser or same?
It feels a little bit looser.
A little bit looser?
Less tension.
So you guys can see how we're only about 2 inches away on his left side. We can really get a nice toe stretch. Grabbing I kind of grab all the toes right here. We let the heel roll out a little bit, which is like the ideal position for the tibia and the femur. This kind of allows your knee to move into its greatest range of motion. And Tom is pretty good on the left, but definitely a little tighter on the right side. You can see how this is just a little further away. And that's part of why Tom has a little leg length discrepancy. So we're going to do a little muscle work on Tom's low back. Push into my hand for me. Push, 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 right there. Push, hold right there. And then stop. Relax for me. Push, 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 push. Stop. Push. Stop. Push. And stop. So you guys can see with about 3 to 5 active stretches, we get a little closer, but let's see what we can do on that left side. End up here. Push, 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 push. Stop. Push, 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 push. Stop. Push one more time, big man. And stop. So we stretch the front. And then we always work on that back chain dominance, the strength up the back. Now that already got a little better in the heel discrepancy, just from a quick 2-minute stretch of the right front leg. But let's do some muscle work in the low back. Tom comes in and starts to learn some of the rehab, definitely the rockers. The rocker position, the go to rocker position, that is like the most money exercise you can do at home for your own mobility, which is sitting down on the ankles, on the knees, and on the feet, working to increase the flexibility of the ankles, the knees, and the quads. And I will say, you guys will see in all the videos, we do a ton of myofascial around the paraspinals and or the erectors. And we can definitely feel on Tom's lower right side, he's got a little bit of junk in that lower right, L2, L3, L4 vertebrae. Is it tender at all, like right here?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit of tenderness?
Yeah, so a little bit.
Do you feel how crunchy that stuff is there?
Yeah.
And then even up in this right shoulder blade, like right through here, you're just a little jammed up. And guys, what we're feeling for, just stickiness in the connective tissue. And he's got a little crooked vertebrae right here. He probably feels that guy. Is that tender or not at all?
Not as bad as the lower back, but a little bit. At the top there's where I feel it.
So what we're doing here, guys, we're stimulating circulation, blood flow down into the muscles. We're also helping with some manual therapy to just loosen up the tissues a little bit. With correct training, with correct mobility work outside of the office, he's going to help kind of lock in his treatment and really experience and undergo some muscle changes throughout his body so that right leg and right hip can balance out a little better. All right, come look at this. Now, we're back to closer to even than we were, just with a little muscle work. So we're gonna get Tom adjusted now. Mid back, low back. We're gonna do his knees, his feet, and up into his neck. And we like to do a lot of like SI joint pumping. So we'll get our hand over on the right side of his hip, just to help get some pressure down into the low back and into the sacrum. And then over into his left side hip. And this is just a nice little mobilization drill. Feels really good for the sacrum. And it starts to just kind of gradually apply a little pressure down into the ligaments around the sacrum and helps loosen them up a little bit. Push your hands right on the ground for me. Right there, both hands down. Okay. And we're going to do thoracic adjustment. And up here in Tom's neck and CT junction, we definitely feel his T1 vertebrae. And he says, I got some right shoulder pain. So his T1's a little crooked. His T2 is a little bit twisted over to the left side. So we're going to get that thoracic spine loosened up first. Let's go ahead, deep breath in. Exhale out for me. Whole way down. Good. Good. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Relax that mid. Good. One more in. And exhale out. Whole way exhale. Good. Down. Good. All right, face over to the right side. You guys may have heard me in other videos, adjustments, chiropractic adjustments, or mobilization, some people call them. They're temporary. They help to instantly improve the range of motion in the vertebrae. They loosen up tight, stick areas around the vertebrae, around the ligaments and the muscles. Roll head up towards the ceiling for me. Like that. Right here. All right, now other side for me. But ultimately, bottom leg straight. The more you stretch, the more you work out correctly, you put your body in the correct positions when you're doing mobility work, when you're doing exercises, your joints will stay nice and loose and healthy and free. Roll. So we got a double low back adjustment. We got nice movement throughout the lumbar spine. Tom's got some great inversion or internal rotation of his left foot. We're going to hit some toes. Good. Squeeze your toes down for me. Tom, as you see in some other patient videos as well, we've got to work on some toe flexibility down here with them to help improve the curl or the flexion of his knuckles. Relax this leg for me. Good. And that's just a little navicular adjustment. All right, knee. In our knee adjustments, I try to really reinforce that toe down and in position. And relax here. All right. And just get that knee to hyperflex. We lock the hand into the back of the knee, the popliteal region. We get a quick little release out of the tibiofemoral joint. Okay, good work, man. I got our arm up here. Just relax your head down. Finger adjustments, some people do them themselves. Everybody says, if I crack my own fingers, am I going to get arthritis? That's good. Back down. And the short answer is no. You can create ligament laxity if you over-adjust anything or overstretch anything without the correct strengthening. Yeah. There we go. Lots of people's right elbows. You'll see lots of right elbows. Not so much on the left side. Left side likes to stay loose for people. So many people get chronic right tension up in the right neck, the right shoulder, the right elbow, the right wrist, the right hand because we're right side dominant. A lot of things that we do like driving, our gear shifter, our steering wheel, we might lean on our right side. So many people get chronic right side neck, shoulder, and elbow tension. All right, lower these down like that, brother. And we're going to do nice, easy. Spin to the right. Right, guys, and then to finish beautiful, you see how that feels now? It just sits up nice and back chain. Now, left shoulder moves awesomely. Feel how loose that guy is now. Right shoulder still a little bit more jammed up. Bend up here. Relax your shoulder right here. This. And we're just not going to get it to move yet today. Bend up here. Good. All right. So, Tom, hands in here. Wrap your thumbs right around your hips. We love firing the lats up. Push down through your hands. And I just want you to feel that pressure down through your hands. Focus on the left hand and kind of really push that left lat down. And then focus on your right hand. Push your right hand and your right lat down. Now, if I say focus on the left, pull the left elbow forward for me. Push down through that left hand. Feel that kind of like long lever action of lat, tricep. Try to do that on the right side. And you might feel that that right side is just like a little weaker, a little just not as neurologically active. Focus on left side. That side, feel that burn right here. Now right side. There you go. See how that side feels like that?
Mm-hmm.
Now push both hands down, pull both shoulders back. For me, both elbows back. Head up nice and high, shoulders down. Right there, push your hands down, strong on the left. There goes your adjustments. So by kind of stressing the shoulder capsules in different positions, we can get the capsule to release. He just got his left and his right capsule to release with a little bit of internal rotation work. Tom, we're going to recommend sitting on the couch at home, turning his hands in a little bit, flatten your fingers down, apply a little pressure down through your left hand. He's going to work neurologically on nice smooth muscle activation down in this posterior chain, the tricep, the lat on the left side. He's going to work on the right side a little bit. This is going to help him down the road in his bodybuilding career. That right shoulder's hiked up, lower it down, press down through that right hand. Can you feel how this side's different to control than the left side is?
Yep.
All right, so he's got to spend a little neurological time up in his brain working on his hand press down on the left, his hand press down on the right to balance out some of the underarm musculature, the lats, the teres minor major muscles, the infraspinatus, the subscapularis, to really fire these guys up and help us to reduce some of the tension up in his right shoulder. Okay? All right, there's Tom's adjustment. We did feet, we did knees, hips, low back, thoracic spine, cervical spine. Got his right elbow to adjust really nice. Questions for me at all?
All set.
All right, you guys will see Tom on some future training videos as we go to him. We're taking his bodybuilding, we're cranking it up into a little more functional bodybuilding, teach him how to move fluidly as he weightlifts. It was a pleasure working with you, my man. We'll see you guys later.